Good morning. So our gathering hymn is actually Gathering Dance. Bear with me. Mark and I are going to teach it to you, but the words are in the order of service. There should be a little printout sheet with the words on there. I'll explain. So this is called E Malama, and the words are E Malama, which means let us take care, Ika Eo, of the sacred earth. So it's E Malama Ika Eo, E Malama Ika Eo, E Malama Pono, which is do what is right, Ika Eo. A. So the A is like, there's going to be like an oomph, like a. Like we're here to take care of the earth together, holding the land in sacredness. So it's E Malama Ika Eo, E Malama Ika Eo, E Malama Pono Ika Eo, A. The rest of the words are pretty self-explanatory here, but there is a special note in the order of service about what this actually means. It's a Hawaiian mantra that is fairly common there. So we are going to teach you the song, and then I will teach you the dance that goes with it. Ready? Come up and dance. I'll show you the dance.
Don't all jump up at once. E Malama Ika Eo, E Malama Ika Eo, E Malama Pono Ika Eo, E Malama sea and stone. Oh, this land in sacred this land in sacredness. Earth and sky, sea and stone, hold this land in sacredness. One more time. Malama ikaheo, Malama ikaheo, Malama pono ikaheo, Malama ikaheo, Malama ikaheo, Malama pono ikaheo.
That was so wonderful. Thank you. Our welcome this morning is by Molly Hausch Gordon, Learning to Love This World. We gather together this morning tenderly, like drops of dew on a leaf of grass, hopefully, like gathered raindrops in a cloud, gleefully, like water rushing in a stream to the sea, deeply, like groundwater pulled up from a well. We gather from every direction for another year of growth and depth, another year of companionship and hope, another year of learning to love this world. We gather like the water that joins us across all of creation, the water that connects us within and without, merging and flowing across the entire world. I am Ashley Perkins, your co-director of religious exploration and worship leader this morning. Today, Mark is our musician. Thank you, Mark. The tech person here at the church is Nancy. And then our remote tech person is Molly. She is also here, but she's in the office. Hi, Molly. We are glad you are here. If you're a guest today and are willing and able to do so, we invite you to stand, tell us where you are, or where you come from, who you are, so that we may welcome you. I'm going to do this backwards today and ask if there is anyone online first. Do we have any online visitors? No? Okay. Any visitors here that? Nope. All right. For busy hands during, oh, haha, hi.
Wife is in a nursing home. I'm spending a lot of time along with them for some kind of community.
Well, welcome. We're glad to have you here. Okay. All right. We invite you to stay after the service as well. We have refreshments following the service. Are there any church-related announcements this morning? I will direct your attention to our website, www.uuevansville.org. We have a calendar of events on there as well. Are there any online announcements to make today? Any in-person announcements to make?
Good morning, my name is Deborah, and next week is Grandparents' Day, a grandparents celebration, so we're going to be having a grandparents remembrance kind of day next week. I would ask that you think this week of stories that you'd like to share with each other concerning either being a grandparent or a story about your grandparents. I'm not a grandparent, so I have a couple of good stories about my grandparents. They were a wacky bunch. Anyway, the the service. We'll have poems and such commemorating our elders and our grandparents. If you have something that you'd like to share, don't hesitate to let me know. We'll be putting that together this week. But please, we want to hear the stories of grandparenting, or how you were treated, or how you came about with knowing your grandparents next week. Thank you.
Good morning. I have two announcements this morning. One, hopefully you already know about. We will be having a circle supper on September the 21st. It looks like it's a go. Some people have signed up to host this time, so that's good. That's positive. There are sign-up sheets in the basket on the visitors table, so please sign up. The last time to sign up is next Sunday at noon. At noon, I will be taking the names and dividing you into circles and telling you who your host is and telling the host who they're going to have in their home. So, zip, that's right. And I do that because, once I form circles, and then if one person drops out or adds in, that throws off the whole balance and I have to start all over again, pretty much. So, because I try to keep, even numbers of people and so on and so forth. So please, sign up by next Sunday. I have another announcement. There is nobody here on the CLC committee except me. This is something we've been working on for a while, and I sent something to Ashley for the compass, and that was going to be our big announcement, but since I'm here and you're here, I'm going to tell you. We have decided that once a month on the fourth Thursday of every month, we're going to have a happy hour here. It will be, the doors will open at 5:30, and bring something to nibble on, something to share to nibble on. Bring whatever you want to consume, food or drink. And we will have a film or something that we will show and sit and talk and have a casual time, watch the film, sit and chat, nibble on whatever. And we're going to try this out and see how it goes. We have run into a lot of issues with copyrights, but we think we have a way of getting some films. They're not going to be films that you necessarily know from the movie theater, but really some interesting things to watch. And sometimes we might do something other than a film. I don't know. We're just starting to try it out now. But the first one will be in September. So the fourth Thursday is September 26th. And doors will open at 5:30. Film will start at 6. So.
We don't have to be here we can come whenever we want. So right through the course of the happy hour, how long is it going to last?
Well, until the film is over, and then because we'll be meeting and greeting from 5:30 to 6, and then we'll have the film. So if you want to come in while the film's partly over, that's fine.
And will there be opportunity to chat after the film?
Sure, that's the plan. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. Okay? Yes. You can bring wine, or we're going to monitor it a little bit, So don't plan to, polish off a whole bottle of bourbon or something. We might have something to say about that. But a glass of wine or a beer or something is fine. So what was that?
We are a sharing community.
Just don't share too much bourbon or whatever, a little bit maybe. Okay, all right, so put that on your calendar. We're going to give it a shot and see how it goes. We do have the church reserved for the fourth Thursday of the month for the rest of the year. So if it goes well, we will continue doing it. Thank you.
I liked it, Sharon, when you sent me that for the UU happy hour, and it said UUHH, and it said and I was like, it's the UU happy hour. I got a kick out of that. All right, we're already kind of there, so let us, transform our welcoming statement into action by standing up and greeting one another. Don't feel free like you have to, but if you want to, say hi to everybody online. Hi. And I'll chime. That'll be your sign to sit back down. Thank you, Mark. Can I please have a volunteer to light our chalice this morning? Thank you, Brian. We are Unitarian Universalists. We put love at the center of our lives. We light this chalice today to invite in the renewal that comes from being in community with each other. A religious community is like a river formed from the many streams of our lives that meet and merge and flow to the sea. As members and friends of this religious community, we share our time and energy, our creativity, imagination, and vision, our talents, skills, and gifts, the streams of our individual lives to create a river that is both deep and broad, a river that is made of many streams. It sustains life and refreshes the land through which it flows. But the river of this community also depends on our shared financial support that makes real our shared values and vision. We will now receive an offering for the support of this religious community and its work in our world. You are invited to give generously and joyfully as you are willing and able. If you are a guest, please allow the plate to pass you by. Your presence is our gift this morning. May I have 2 volunteers to pass the plate? We thank you for your gifts. Now we will have our story for all ages. If there's anyone that would like to come up and see the pictures, this book has gorgeous, gorgeous illustrations. There are a few seats in the front if you want. Our story for all ages this morning is We Are Water Protectors. It's written by Carol Lindstrom, illustrated by Michaela Goad. Water is the first medicine, Nokomi told me. We come from water. It nourished us inside our mother's body. As it nourishes us here on Mother Earth, water is sacred, she said. We stand with our songs and our drums. We are still here. The river's rhythm runs through my veins, runs through my people's veins. My people talk of a black snake that will destroy the land, spoil the water, poison plants and animals, wreck everything in its path. When my people first spoke of the black snake, they foretold that it wouldn't come for many, many years. Now the black snake is here. Its venom burns the land, courses through the water, making it unfit to drink. We stand with our songs and drums. We are still here. It will not be easy. We fight for those who cannot fight for themselves, the winged ones, the crawling ones. the four-legged, the two-legged, the plants, trees, rivers, lakes. The earth, we are all related. Tears like waterfalls stream down, tracks down my face, tracks down my people's faces. Water has its own spirit, Nakomi told me. Water is alive. Water remembers our ancestors who came before us, she said. We stand with our songs and our drums. We are still here. We are stewards of the earth. Our spirits have not been broken. We are water protectors. We stand. The black snake is in for the fight of its life. So I want to give a little note about this book. I don't know if anybody is familiar with the Ojibwe. I don't know if I'm saying it right, Ojibwe culture or people, but in their culture, women are the water protectors. They're the protectors of the water and how sacred it is. And the men are actually the protectors of the fire. They're the ones who keep the fire going. Perhaps it is for this reason that this person felt compelled to speak for the water through this story. So, the person who wrote this book is actually of the Ojibwe people. So I thought it was really important to read this morning. And if anybody wants to look at the book later, I'll put it out in the lobby at the end of the service. Our opening words this morning are by Leslie Takahashi. We gather as many drops, each winding down our own path, life's surfaces and ruts. Here we pull together as a single body, flowing together for a time. Together we are a stream, at times even a river. For with our shared force, we can travel toward oceans of meaning and seas of connection. In our community, we make time each week to share pieces of our lives with one another, just too close to share. All right, now we will have our time of meditation, but to lead us into our time of meditation, I thought it would be fun to do something interactive. You all know how I love to do something interactive. Well, we are going to create a rainstorm inside the sanctuary this morning. Are you excited? Yeah, okay. So we're going to have a rainstorm body percussion. We're going to start our celebration and exploration of inviting renewal with this body practice. So I will kind of demonstrate what we're going to be doing. You all just follow along as you are willing and able. We'll do about 10 seconds of each body activity, and then we'll kind of work our way up to like a rainstorm and then work our way back down. All right, ready? Okay, first rub your hands together. All right, then snap. All right, pat your thighs really softly. Get a little bit louder. All right, clap softly. And get louder. Boom! Boom! Crash! You can get quieter. Get softer. Just a little quieter. I love it. See, you know, same brainworm here. Let us now take our moment of silence. You can pray, meditate, just be here in the still, quiet, and then Mark will lead us into hymn number 123, Spirit of Life.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea. Move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me. Like I say, it's quite a coincidence it rained yesterday, and it hadn't rained in about a month, so I thought that was kind of cool. Sorry.
The water we will gather together this morning comes from a variety of sources. Your water today could have come from a hose for those who are renewed by gardening. Maybe it comes from melted ice cubes from a glass of lemonade, or water from a friend's house who you spent summer playing with. Water from the stream you took a walk near, water from a pool you swam in, or water collected from a summer rain. And just as our water comes from a variety of sources and comes in different states of being, we reconnect today in a variety of states of being, of growing and learning, of ebbing and flowing. Here are some words that I found that are used to describe water. These words can also be used to describe us. There are some words that may resonate with you today. Calm, clear, green, mucky, serene, still, tranquil, turbulent, wavy, breaking, crashing, flowing, rapids, springs, stagnant, tide, abyss, drought. Ebb, overflowing. Shallow, storm, surge. Boiling, chilly, cold, frigid, icy, lukewarm, tepid, warm. Deluge, downpour, pouring, rain, torrent. Contaminated, filtered, processed, polluted, purified, sparkling. Downstream, holy, perilous, upstream, wild. Symbolic of our shared community, coming from many places in many states of being, we will now have our water communion. Throughout this ritual, we take turns pouring water into the large bowl one at a time. During your turn, as the water is added, you may share how that water you have brought represents a place or experience that matters to you, renews you, what it means to you. At the end of today's service, we'll bless the water and use it to water some of the plants on our church grounds. I now invite you to come up one at a time for this annual ceremony of reconnecting and our combined sources of love, support, and care. And I did bring water for those who did not bring their own, so feel free to use that as well.
This is my own personal moon water. I've heard people say that if you put water outside on the full moon, the water will absorb the energy. And really, I don't know that to be true, but I also don't know it not to be true. So I do that. And daily, I open it and I put a little bit on my fingers, and I think about the moon. It's consistent, it's reliable, it's always there, it's beautiful, and it has a big impact on keeping our oceans going and maybe even our own bodies. So that's what I'm sharing today, is a little bit of my moon water, and maybe another day Jennifer can tell us what this is really about, because I'm sure she knows. Bit till the next full moon.
I brought ice cubes today to help represent the loss of our glaciers and the warming of our planet and the climate change issues that are out there right now, and how if those of us who don't have children and are still thinking about the future will consider climate change.
Medical advice, I've really been trying to get at least 64 ounces of water, plain water, drunk each day. And it's something I've struggled with for years. The last nurse who talked to me about it said, the easiest one is first thing in the morning. You can drink 16 ounces, no problem, when you first wake up. So I've been taking a bottle to have by my bedside, and it's amazing. Because I wake up and I drink that whole bottle, and it's like I can feel my body filling up and coming alive.
My water comes from the church. It's church water. And honestly, it's us. It's us. We come and we gather here most, if not every Sunday morning. Sometimes we have our picnics, right? But this is what sustains us, this community here. You know, we come here, we gather, and I'm just very grateful to have you all in my life personally. But I'm also really happy to be a part of all of your lives. And that's what's really important, that interconnectedness. And so that's the water I'm going to put in.
I forgot my water, but I thought it was funny. There was this one Star Trek episode where an alien called humans bags of water. I thought, you're right. We're what, at least 80% water? But at work, I work in a warehouse where there's no AC, so it's been kind of, I'm just very thankful that just a few steps away from my desk is filtered water and a big ice thing, and I can have it anytime I want. It's just really something I'm grateful for. We can't live without it. I just stay hydrated, people, that's all I can say.
This is the container I take to all the music shows throughout the summer over in Henderson, the Blues Festival, and yesterday. And usually by the time the end of the day rolls around, the ice has melted and it's a really cold, lovely drink of water. So this is the good joy and the good spirits of all the music festivals throughout the summer.
At the beginning of the year, last year was not a real good year for me, so at the beginning of this year, one thing I love almost more than anything is to travel. So I decided at the first of the year that every month I was going to take a trip, no matter how small, long, how long did I stay, how far away did I go. And so far, I have kept that promise. Some have been little bitty, overnight stays or weekends or whatever, but some have been really nice trips. And starting this month, September, my trip is to go to California to visit my son, whom I haven't seen in a while. So this water represents all the places I've been this year, and I'm just so excited. So if anybody has any ideas for November and December, I got September and October covered, but I'm lost for November and December.
Well, I brought my bottle of Fiji water because the last time I was in Fiji, no, I've never been to Fiji. But I thought it was appropriate for the occasion. And I'm sitting there thinking about the importance of water in my life. And I also associate a lot with travel. And I understand that I'm kind of a dichotomy because I am definitely a desert rat. I lived in the desert for a long time. I love it. I'm spending the month of October in the Southwest doing desert things all over the place. But I'm also very drawn to the ocean. And I think that dichotomy is really the yin and the yang and the balance of life and the importance of water and the lack of water in our lives and how we adapt and grow and encompass everything. And it's all just a part of not just my life, but kind of universal life.
This water's from my house, the house that I worked so hard to acquire. And one of my favorite songs that I discovered in the 80s, a very long time ago, is The Changer and the Change by Chris Williams. And it has a lyric that says, when life comes at you, that's not verbatim, it comes, it's spilling over, filling up and spilling over in an endless waterfall, filling up and spilling over. And that's what it has to do, because you can't have to hold on to stuff, good or bad. It has to spill over so you can fill up again. And that's the endless waterfall of life. And I like that that's a water metaphor, because it's fluid, and our life has to be fluid. And I think about that constantly, because we are moving beings, we are water beings, and it's just a really meaning metaphor for me.
Well, I can't believe that I didn't think to bring water from my rain barrel, duh. But, the plants just enjoy rainwater and respond so much better from rainwater than tap water, so. Next year, I'll remember to bring water from my rain barrel.
If there's anyone online that would like to share, we can add some water for you as well. Do we have anyone online that would like to add any?
I was just thinking some about how the water, like the ocean that's between where we are and where our sun is, and just the rivers, how water both can separate us and connect us. And I kind of like that thought. Gordon, did you have anything you want to say?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
So I'm good to go?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, maybe you'd like to see me too. I was just thinking about, I've gone across the Atlantic Ocean twice on a ship. And the first time was on a high school program between my junior and senior years. And that proved to me that the world was round. You have visual proof if you're up on a high deck and all you see all the way around you is a circle of water at the horizon. So that's what I was thinking about today.
Well, first of all, what a beautiful ceremony and how rich all your sharing has been. I just wanted to share a story, and it's kind of a cautionary thing, and I don't think this is going to violate our nonprofit status, but we're in a water-rich area, and I know there are farm places out west where water is rationed, and that could be a real, and or privatized. I mean, it's like a resource that's just available because it's in the world and we're in the world, and it ought to be available. The story that is of particular concern to me is I think there was a guy in Idaho who was a farmer, and Idaho, the plains out there are water poor, And so his water is being rationed for his farm. However, there's a big corporation apparently in Idaho that is lithium rich, and there's a big corporation that's going to be mining lithium that gets all the water it wants. So the politics of water availability, how universally it's going to be shared, and whether or not it's privatized and who's going to make a bunch of money from it is just something for us to think about in terms of our values about being a part of the world and fairness and justice. So when we're celebrating water today, you might think about the larger picture of politics, because it's a resource that may be both privatized and or weaponized later. So anyway. But again, thank you, and I'm grateful we are in a water-rich area, even though we haven't had a whole lot of rain yet.
In the spirit of what Tom just mentioned, I belong to a group called Veterans for Peace, and every November 8th, the day after Pearl Harbor, is John Lennon night. And I'm sorry, yeah, December, right after December, I'm sorry. December 7th, and this is December 8th, and that is the night that John Lennon was shot outside of the Dakota. But the various types of musicians come, and the only rule is it has to be John Lennon songs. And the money raised that night, a good portion of that goes to water projects outside of the United States in countries that sorely need it. So I just thought of that based on Tom.
Those projects are in areas where the infrastructure is destroyed because of the war that is involved.
Right, yes, absolutely. So, thank you.
Well, thank you. That was very beautiful. Our closing hymn this morning is in the teal hymnal. It's 1064, Blue Boat Home. We've done this before. It's one of my favorites.
Please stand if you're willing and able. Though below me I feel no motion, standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean, still my dry land heart can say, I've been sailing all my life now, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. Sun, my sail, and moon, my rudder, as I ply the starry sea, leaning o'er the edge in wonder, casting questions into the deep, drifting here with my ship's companions, all we pilgrim souls, making our way by the lights of the heavens in our beautiful blue boat home. I give thanks to the waves upholding me, hail the great winds urging me on, read the infinite sea before me, sing the sky my sailor song. I was born upon the fathoms, never harbor, what have I known? The wide universe
We will extinguish our chalice while reading the words in your order of service. We extinguish this fire, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we are here in our hearts until we are together again. Our closing words are our blessing. We will bless the water. May the waters gathered here, by Susan Carlson. May the waters gathered here remind us of what each of us brings to this community and of the waters that nourished us before we were born, that continue to give us sustenance and energy for our life journeys and for all creatures on this earth. May we gratefully continue to swim. We are Unitarian Universalists. We put love at the center of our lives. As we go out into the world, let us remember that our community is always waiting here, ready to renew us, to welcome us home with loving arms. Go in peace, and may your living bless our world. Amen, and blessed be.